What's up, my fellow Sambarians? So today we're going to be installing this here radio and this here Sambar. It's a double din, so because he wanted a backup camera. So this is for a USPS rural delivery van, so having a backup camera would be nice. So I bought him the double din. It will take up the whole slot in there. Anyways, I'm going to put that in. I'll kind of show you how to do it. It's real easy. I do have the radio wiring harness kit, so mostly just plug and play. If you don't want to do that, you can very, very easily hardwire it in. If you've done radio work before, you should be able to figure out which wire is what. It's very simple, but if that is above your pay grade, you can get this. I do have these on my website, but they're also 16-pin early 90s Subaru radio harness. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that installed. I'll kind of show you real quick, but yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so first and foremost, we need to get the trim piece off. I'm going to try to not get in the way. Show me the way. So just very carefully take this, go around the edges. There you go. Very easy. They have little pressure clips on the sides and the top, so just work in from the edges. Don't try to yank it straight out. Try to push in and push down so you can get those unhooked without breaking anything. Okay, so here's our radio exposed. Screwdriver. Have yourself a nice JIS screwdriver. I really like the Vessels. They sell them in Japan. They sell them on Amazon. I really like these JIS screwdriver set from them. And JIS and just standard Phillips are different. I'll see if I can show you right now. So JIS, it's kind of hard to hold it, but JIS locks in. If this was a Phillips, it would just fall right out. So JIS is going to fit these screws from Japan Industry Standard, or Japanese Industry Standard, or something like that. What it stands for. So we'll get those two out. And then I believe there's one in the back. Yep. It's been a minute since I've done a radio in here, but I still got it. It's kind of in the back hidden there. Make sure you got a magnetic screwdriver so you can bring the screw out. But there are 4 in total, and then that will slide out, and then you will reuse the radio brackets. 4 screws have been removed. Radio should slide out. Let's do this. All right, there she is. So now you will have your radio plug, and that's just gonna plug. That just plugs in, so unplug it. It's like a single post. A little doohickey in there, and plug that, and then unplug your radio wire. So now, if you were going to hardwire, it's very easy. You got speakers. So 4 of these wires are going to be positive, negative for your speakers. You can just look at your speakers, see what wires they are. Let's say, oh, it's gray, red, and solid gray. So then you would, that's your right speaker, and then your left speaker, and then you get ground, and then you get accessory, and then you get constant. I mean, it's not very difficult, but if you want to just get a harness that plugs right in, here it is. So now we're going to take the 2 screws out of the radio for the radio brackets, because we need to reuse these brackets. Okay, so here's our old radio tape player. Little peepees. Hi, patitos. You're trying to get in here. Hi, little peepees. Hi. Can you say hi to everybody? Here, I know you can't see them, but let's see if they'll talk. Hi, Butch. Hi, Clyde. Can you say hi, Clyde? Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Clyde. Okay. Okay, so now, this is the fun part. I'm going to stop filming for this because it'll take a minute. But you're going to take your radio harness, and all radios have these colors. This is, again, standard. So, gray is speaker, purple is a speaker. So, can't mix that up, but that plugs in. Boop, plugs into your stock harness. But this part is, you know, standard with everything. You will match these color wires up with your radio harness. You're going to take this harness that comes with the kit. That is the radio kit. And you're going to connect it to these wires. So basically match them up. Gray to gray, gray to black, gray, stripe. You know, make sure obviously there's positive and negative. So gray, there's a solid gray, and then there's a gray with a black stripe, which usually means negative. So they all match up, color. Splice them all together. That's what comes with that. And then we'll be able to plug it in. So I'm going to stop recording and do that real quick. Okay, excuse me, peepees. All right. They have been butt connected. So I like these closed-end butt connector style crimps. I've always been a fan of these because it's hard to mess them up. You twist the ends together, just like house cables, essentially. Twist them together, and then you crimp them. So we're good, we're solid. Everything, like I said, all the colors will always match up with radios. Colors on your car are obviously not going to match up because they're all car specific. But in the radio world, if you're new to radios, I think they're all the same colors. I've never seen one that wasn't. So we're just going to do a quick little test. I'm going to put the radio in. We'll just plug it in. And what's kind of nice about the radios nowadays, if you don't need a CD player, you don't have all that extra radio space. And you don't have to try to, at least when I was young, I remember having the CD player and all the wires, and you're trying to jam it in there and squish everything. Now the radios are like obviously half the size because all it is a Bluetooth player. So that's kind of nice, as it saves you a lot. And then when we go to plug the radio back in, that guy, it just plugs right back into there. But we're just gonna plug this in and make sure we turn on first. Correctamundo. Okay, so key on. Oh. Joy bring me the joy. Okay, to get radio. Why are we not getting speaker sound? Unless the speakers didn't work before? Yeah, it's like the speakers. I'm not even getting a beep sound. Okay, well, I guess let's make sure that, you know what, now I think about it, the old radio didn't even make sound either. I wonder if there's something wrong with the speakers. Okay, well, at least I showed you how to do the wiring and get it plugged in. Now I got to figure out why we're not getting sound to the speakers, like they're unplugged or something. So I'm going to try to figure that out, but at least you guys know how to get it all hooked up and crimped together. And then this guy, this is what's going to probably be for the backup camera and all that stuff. So then I will run said camera to the back. We are going to reuse these guys. So it will go. So it looks like we can get, you just basically have to line it up with one of the holes on the radio. And then you can put your screw in because they're already threaded. Threaded inserts on the radio. So that looks like a good spot for this particular radio. You can obviously move it around, but I'll probably set it on the farthest one back. So boom, right there. Oh yeah, we can get two holes. So we can get that one and that one. And even that one if we had three. But anyways, that'll get your radio to stay back in there. But like I said, I got to troubleshoot why we're not getting sound of the speakers. And typically what you can do, this was a trick that I used to do back in the day, to see which speaker you were working with. Let's say it was in the back and you couldn't find the wires. You can take a 12-volt battery for your drill, and you can touch the two wires to the battery and it will make it pop. It's like, so then it can figure out. So I'm probably going to have to do that to see if we're even getting anything to the speakers. But yeah, that's how you get a radio hooked up with the wiring harness. Hopefully that was helpful, guys. If I figure this out and I'll keep going, I'll keep adding to this. But other than that, that's pretty straightforward. get your radio harness, plug it in, bolt it back in, good to go. Same process as removing the old one with installing the new one. And like I said, I have those harnesses on my website, or I believe it's a 16 pin, like an early 90s Sambar. So cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Maybe I'll see you in again in a few minutes here. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, real quick update. This speaker does not work. I actually went and tested it in another Sambar, and there's nothing coming from it. So don't assume that you did it incorrect. If the speaker's not working, the speaker might just be bad itself. I think it's a 4x3, or I think it's a 4x3 size speaker. They require a little modification to get them to fit in there. But yeah, don't think you did anything wrong if it doesn't work. If it worked before, obviously you did something wrong, but it didn't work before. I thought it was a bad radio, but in fact, it's actually a bad speaker. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Show you how to do the deck, and then yeah, speakers and all that fun stuff. That's up to you. So cool. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.